Hello everyone, welcome back to Chibi and Chill, the anime podcast, the podcast that talks all about all things anime, all things manga, anything that you're kind of thinking Japan related, it's about anime, it's about manga, I'm going to be talking about it on this podcast, so be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss an episode. So I'm your host Ryan and I'm a massive anime and manga fan, and I have been for many years, since the 90s, since I was a kid. And that fad has never truly ended. So a few things before we dive into today's episode. Down in the episode show notes you'll find links to my Etsy shop where you can find a bunch of anime themed goodies for you to shop and enjoy. So there's pin badges, there's stationery, there's keyrings and more. Whether you're a One Piece fan, a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, a Pokemon fan, a Mario fan or anything else, you'll find a goodie on the shop for you to check out. There's something for every anime and manga fan over there. The link is down in the footer in the show notes, so be sure to check out my Etsy shop, Chibi Weeb merch on Etsy. If you're a gamer, much like me, then why not check out Razer? You can find a bunch of accessories from mouses, keyboards, headsets, mouse mats and more, to the bigger stuff like gaming laptops and desktops. Over on Razer website, link down below, you can shop a whole host of gaming accessories, from the Chroma range, which is all colourful, which is my favourite stuff, to more sleek black stuff, including even their own merchandise, clothing, bags and accessories. There's something for everyone. The link is down below for you to check out and shop. So this week it's all about one of my favourite collectibles and things that are so popular nowadays, and my collection of them is continuously growing. Every single time I spot one, I just kind of need to grab them. I have no idea why I can't resist them, but it's Funko Pops. And yes, I know, I do understand why they are slightly ridiculous. I'm not unaware of the fact that they do nothing, right? They do just sit on the shelf and they just sit there and look nice. But there's something so magical and awesome about the fact of just having some of your favourite characters, your favourite anime represented on your shelves in a cool display. And there's so many different kind of series and variations, and now there's even Funko moments now, which like consist of like multiple pops in one scene. It's like a big scene from the anime itself. They're so good, and I thought this episode would be a really fun, maybe it might be a shorter episode, but let's see. I want to kind of go through some of the series I collect, some of the biggest series that are available from Anime Funko Pops, and what are the hardest ones to find for collectors like me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those hardcore collectors. I'm not going to go spend $300 on a pop, but I will spend a little bit more. I will easily buy a handful at a time. And I thought, while I'm kind of already updating my own lists of Funko Pops that I've sourced and collected and updated my own little kind of checklists of Funko Pops, I thought it'd be really cool to do an episode that go through the hardest pops to find for anime Funko Pop collectors. So we'll go through Japanese variants, the pre-release Funko Pops, and which ones are bringing in an absolutely enormous price tag because of how hard they are to get for collectors. And also at the end of this episode, I'll also do a bucket list anime challenge update as well. I've got a little bit further on my bucket list challenge for 2024, so I will be updating on that as well. But let's dive into the series I personally collect and which ones I've got pops of but aren't collecting. But then I'm going to dive into the hardest pops to find and the reasons why they're so difficult to find. So I collect quite a broad range of Funko Pops from various anime series, and I've got kind of a mixed success with quite a few of them. One of them has received much more success than the rest of them, but it's sometimes it's difficult to find them. Sometimes the Funko shop online doesn't have the ones you're actually looking for, and sometimes you can't actually find them in the shops either. And I always think you can buy them on Amazon a lot of the time, but I'm so scared that Amazon are just going to mess it up and receive them damaged, and it's not worth taking the risk, if I'm honest, and the hassle of having to send them back and the disappointment. that I have had in the past about with Amazon orders where they just kind of destroyed the parcel in the delivery process, and I'm just not worth it. I'm just not ready to take the risk. So I'd rather just wait and try and find it in a store or on the Funko online shop. Every time I shopped with Funko themselves, I've had a really, really good experience. They've always really delivered it with really good care. Like, it's pristine when it arrives. So I'm one of those people that will always try and find them on there. But series I collect. So recently I linked with my bucket list challenge. I started collecting the Naruto pops, and they are such good molds. They are some of the best molds for Funko Pops I think I've actually ever seen. They are really, really good, and I'm very quickly getting addicted to that series. My biggest series is the One Piece series, and this one has a quite a hefty sum of pops. It's actually one of the largest series, I think, from the entire kind of anime Funko range as a genre. It's huge. It's really, really big, and I think we're only going to see more. There's rumors of the Gear 5 pop coming, and then we've also got rumors of the Egghead Funko Pops coming soon as well. They did the 1.0 series, which fairly recently only just came out. I've got all of those, and you can see me unboxing all of those over on my Instagram and TikToks, by the way. But I think we'll start seeing rumors very soon, maybe in the summer, of the Egghead Funko Pops coming soon for that one as well. And then other ones are Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I do have smaller collections of ones such as Black Clover. I have literally one Sailor Moon one and some My Hero Academia ones. The My Hero Academia and the Black Clover, I'm not entirely sure if I'll continue those ones. And I do have literally one Attack on Titan one, which is the Levi one, and I'm not entirely sure how committed I am to finishing off that series. I'm definitely more committed to finishing off more Demon Slayer, One Piece, Naruto, maybe Jujutsu Kaisen as well. I really want to finish those ones off. But I don't know how far I'll get with the other ones. Maybe if I find them at a really good price, maybe. I am one of those collectors that has them out of the box. I'm not bothered about. I'm not going to be selling them later on. I have them for my own enjoyment and my own fun. So I'm not gonna. Sometimes you can see them on sale for like £4 or £8 instead because they've got a tiny, tiny bend in the box in one corner, or and people that buy them will most likely a lot of the time only buy them pristine. But I only use the box for decoration or like as a stand, so this is absolutely perfect for me. So I will fill up my collection with those easily. But let's dive into some of the hardest pops to get. And the first one that's super hard to get is actually Tenya from My Hero Academia. And there was an original Tenya pop that came out and it started selling really well, but it was very quickly vaulted by Funko after apparently what I've been able to find is some kind of dispute that happened. Maybe the voice actor wasn't happy, or the kind of licensing didn't quite work out. So they never actually made that pop ever again. And it's completely vaulted. They didn't make it and they didn't sell it again. There is a new Tenya pop which kind of has his mask on, and it's kind of all been ironed out now, I guess. But the original one is super hard to find, and it can go for about $200 online. So it has a hefty price because it's so, so hard to find. The second one that is incredibly hard to find is Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and it's the 2015 Comic Con exclusive sticker version. And this one is not exactly the pop itself, I guess, that's rare. It's more the sticker that's on them, and you'll find that with a lot of pops. A lot of pops are, we'll see when we go into the pre-release bit in a second, but when a pop is released and there's a very specific sticker on them, it's the sticker that's rare, not the actual pop. This one is hard to find because a lot of the pops that were made had this 2015 Comic Con exclusive sticker removed and sold as a common or removed for another sticker. So it's super hard to find with that official licensed sticker still on it. So there are some that have another sticker underneath it, which can tell if it's real or not, or whether it was whether that sticker was slapped on top of another one. There are a lot of fakes of this sticker being going around as well, so it's kind of hard to kind of trust this one. But if you can find one at a good price, it's kind of it's up to you whether you take the risk. But it's sometimes sometimes it's hard to know, but the pop's still fun anyway. So hey ho. There are some very special, specific versions of Funko Pops as well that make them really rare. So one I mentioned earlier that I literally have the original, like, normal version of is the Sailor Moon with Luna Pop, and she's kind of like stood doing little moon pose with Luna, as well as a mini pop with her. And I have that one, and then there's the glitter version where kind of like her outfit and stuff is covered in glitter. It's all sparkly. This version is worth up to around $300, if not more. So it's literally just this version that's worth so much. I think it's because it had such a short run. So it kind of like it went and it kind of came out and then it went again. So it's super hard to find this one with the glitter version. I have the original version, which is still really fun. The box is a little bit tired now, unfortunately, due to a lot of moving around, but it's a great pop. I find the Sailor Moon pops really hard to find. Not hard to find as in some of the other ones on this list, such as the Tenya pop or the Vegeta pop. But I find the Sailor Moon ones really hard to find in stores and hard to find literally anywhere. And then along the same kind of lines as the Tenya pop, no, not the Tenya pop, the Comic Con exclusive pop, there's the first Naruto Comic Con exclusive pop, which was back in 2020, and it was the fall convention exclusive, and this one was a limited edition one, and it's the Kaguya Otsutsuki. I always say them wrong out loud. I always say the names wrong. Apologies if I said it wrong, but it's Kaguya Atsuki, and this one goes for around $300. It's an awesome looking pop. This is definitely one of the best ones from the whole kind of Naruto series. It's so strong. But this one was it's so rare because it's the only one. It was the first one to have the fall exclusive, the 2020 convention exclusive for the Naruto series, and it's for the NYC Comic Con one. And this one is it floats in the air and it has the transparent cylinder to kind of stand her up. She has the hand extended and a sleeve revealing Black Zetsu with his deadly smile. And this Funko Pop, like I said, it goes for about $300, but it's honestly, it looks so good. I don't think I'll ever see that in my collection, but it's amazing. But before we go into the pre-release Funko Pops, there is one that costs literal thousands of dollars, and this one is a Dragon Ball Z one, and it's Planet Alia Vegeta. So there's two Vegetas on this list, and I really wish that name wasn't said like that, but it's the Vegeta pop. And this one is the Planet Alia Vegeta Funko Pop, and it's depicting the appearance during the anime filler where he destroys the planet Alia, and in the Funko, he kind of sports the reddish orange hair with a scouter, as well as the armor with a green base and a blue interior. And this was the first and only time in the anime that the color scheme was kind of shown and represented. So this Funko Pop is based off that one filler moment in the anime, and it makes the pop one of the rarest anime Funko Pops ever, and it's definitely the rarest on this list. And it sells for $2,150 online, and that could easily have gone up by now. By the time I've said that, it could have gone up. So this one is literally thousands of dollars worth of Funko Pop. And if I'm absolutely honest, there are other ones on this list that I would much rather have. There's quite a lot on the list of really rare Funko Pops that I'd rather have. But hey, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, then this is like the holy grail of Dragon Ball Funko Pops. But let's dive into some pre-release Funko Pops. And pre-release Funko Pops are basically the first runs of Pops. They're like the trial run to see if a pop does really well, how it sells and how it kind of goes before it turns into a common or a Funko exclusive, that kind of thing. And these ones, there's quite a lot of them. So the first ones we'll go through are the Naruto pre-releases. So we've got Sasuke, Kuruma and Naruto. So these were 3 pre-releases, and one of them was one of the deluxe pops, one of the big ones, which was Kuruma the Fox. And they're awesome pops. They're really, really cool. But the thing that makes them really special, and it's the same for all these on this list, there's usually always a Hot Topic exclusive pre-release sticker. And there's a lot of the fake stickers running around, as the same with the Comic-Con San Diego pops and all the kind of, it's usually the Comic Con and the Hot Topic stickers that get a lot of fakes because they're so easy to kind of reproduce. But these ones, because of the sticker, makes them super, super rare. And you can get these Pops as commons, or at least special edition, I believe. I could be wrong, and they could have changed it at the time of this episode going out. But there's something special about these stickers, and it sounds silly to kind of say, oh, it's got this sticker, so it's super special. But I love my Pops that have the Funko exclusive or the Funko special edition sticker on. There's something so cool about having that sticker on there, and it kind of solidifies it as a gem in the collection, I guess. So there's 3 alone for the Naruto series. There's quite a lot. There's 4 for Attack on Titan as well. There's Eren and Mikasa, and they look fairly standard, but they're the pre-release versions of the original Pops. There's the Eren in Titan form, and this one is probably the hardest pre-released Pop to ever get. This one goes for about $800 to $900, if not $1,000. And it's so ridiculously hard to find. People just will not let go of this Pop because they know how rare it is. And there's a lot of fakes as well going around. There's a lot of China imports of Funko Pops going on at the minute. So there's kind of there's a lot bringing the prices down. So I don't know if that's good or a bad thing. But it's super hard to find this Pop. If you can get your hands on this Eren Titan form, like the original Pop with the Hot Topic exclusive pre-release sticker on, then you have found an absolute gold mine in Funko Pop money. But there's also the Colossal Titan as well. This one doesn't go for as much. It's about $300 if you find it with that sticker on. So again, this one's probably one of my favorite Pops from the Attack on Titan series. It's a very cool Pop. He's my favorite Titan as well, so I may be a little bit biased there. But there's also one for Tokyo Ghoul as well. The original Tokyo Ghoul, not Tokyo Ghoul Re, and that is Tuka. And it's a really nice Pop. That one had a really short run, I believe, but there are loads more with quite varying price. You're not looking at, some of them go for about $70. The Tokyo Ghoul Tuka one goes for about $70 to $80, I believe. But some of the Naruto ones are around that same kind of price. But then you do reach ones that go for about $800, $900, $1,000, just because it has that pre-release sticker on. So definitely do try and find them. Do be careful when you do shop for these though, because they may be the fakes. And the last little bit on sticker variants, and I didn't know before I started kind of looking into it for this episode, there are Japanese variant stickers, and the Pop itself isn't different, but there's a very specific Japanese sticker variant, and it kind of just means it got released first in Japan, I believe, and then it kind of got imported everywhere else. But it still has this sticker on, and there's one for Naruto, which is Jiraiya on Toad. And this one is one of the coolest Funko Pops, I think, in the entire Naruto series. But this one goes, with that sticker, there's $350 alone for that one Pop, just because it has that sticker. And at a similar price point, we've got a My Hero Academia Japanese sticker variant, which is Toga. And this one is a really cute one where she's kind of got none of the kit on. She's got like a school uniform on. And she's kind of blushing a little bit, I believe, in the Pop. But it's $250 plus for that one as well. And these ones, I didn't even know there was a Japanese variant sticker. So these ones are super hard to find. These are hard to find anywhere, no matter whether it be online, on Google Images. They're really difficult to find because they're just hardly anyone knows about them. So if you do have these, you're like a Funko god at that point. If you got one of these, then wow, like absolutely props to you, because they'll be worth, oh, I can't even guess how much that's worth, but wow, gold mine. It seems kind of like we're at a moment now with Funko Pops where we kind of see more and more licenses being made and kind of released to Funko to kind of be making these. And I think the anime section anime category is one of the fastest growing categories for Funko Pops ever. Like, there's every single week there seems to be new previews, new news, new kind of concepts being shared, and there's so much going on for the anime series. There's so many. Like, we just had the new Yu-Gi-Oh one, which is Harpy's, the Harpy's Pet Dragon Pop, which is actually like a big Pop, which looks super cool. The Yu-Gi-Oh series is one that I really kind of want to try and collect, but I think I really need to try and finish off some of the ones that I've already got on the back burners before I kind of carry on to any more. But there are, if you're interested in other Funko Pop series, there's the Seven Deadly Sins one, there's the Pokemon one, there's Digimon, there's the Bleach one, which looks very cool. That one's not a very big series at the moment either, so it's probably a good run at getting all of those ones. There's Hunter x Hunter, Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a really small Digimon series, which is about 4 or 5 pops, so that one's probably really easy to try and get all your hands on and finish that set in like one go. There's the Haikyuu series, which has about 8 or 9 pops in it. There's so many, and I think it kind of just shows... I think it tells something about the anime community and how kind of obsessed we all are with collecting little collectibles, whether it be Funko Pops, whether it be figurines, whether it be acrylic stands or manga. There's something so... I think that's something that's so kind of intriguing and special to the anime community that we really stand behind the anime that we love, and we really stand behind the collectibles that we have. Like, yes, I'm about to drop 30, 35, 40 pounds on some Funko Pops, and yes, they do just sit on the shelf, but I have a moment of joy every time I see that shelf, and every time I see that character, and every time I see my hobby and my favourite pastime kind of represented in real life behind me or in the same room as I'm working. And I think that's something that, yes, you can't put a price on it, is what I'm trying to say, is you can't put a price on that joy. And yes, sometimes there are people that are there are some kind of like backlash around Funko Pops and kind of like, why are people collecting these? They're pointless, da. But you do you, and you know what? I have reached a point where I just do not care anymore. And if I want to buy Funko Pops, I will buy them. I just really hope they slow down production just a little bit for me to catch up before they release another set of Naruto ones or One Piece ones. Or I need to try and catch up first before I can spend any more. I have real world things to spend money on first before getting even more Funko Pops. But they're so addictive, honestly. But if you're looking to get into Funko Pops, definitely start with your favorite anime. Definitely start with the ones that are common, that are easier to find, and see how you go. Honestly, once you start, you will not be able to stop. But before we round up today's episode, here's a quick bucket list update. So I've recently finished Naruto Season 2 as it is on Crunchyroll, even though technically it's still Season 1 until episode 57, I believe, in the actual kind of roundup. There's 5 seasons of Naruto, but it actually says there's 9 on Crunchyroll, because why would it link up? That makes no sense. But I think I'm definitely going to carry on with that. But Paprika is an anime movie that is on the bucket list that is getting so much attention at the moment, and so I might give that a watch very soon and give that a review on the next podcast episode. I think it's given a 4K kind of redo, like a revamp. So I think that's why I'm getting so much hype and so much kind of promotion behind it. Like, it's been shown at film festivals and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really know much about it, but I'm happy to kind of give it a go. So I think I'll watch that and carry on with Naruto Season 1. Oh no, Naruto, the first anime of Naruto Season 3, technically, on Crunchyroll. So I'll update next week on how far I get into Naruto, how I watch Paprika, how I find it, and whatever I watch also on my bucket list in the meantime. I have so much anime to watch, and I'm sure you do too. Bye! Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Chibi and Chilled Anime Podcast. Thank you so much for every listen and download. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. From one week to another, thank you. Please do leave a rating and a review on the podcast platform that you're listening on this to. It really does support the show. It only takes a few seconds and it's free. I cannot ask. If I ask one thing of you, I'd ask that. Please do leave a rating and a review. Even if it's not great, please let me know. You know, it's even a bad one. Well, bad press is always... what's the saying? Any press is good press, I guess. Oh, that rhymed. So a rating and review would be great. It really does support the show, so thank you so much for whatever kind of review you do leave. Sometimes finding a birthday card or an occasion card can be a boring task. However, I have some anime themed cards on my Thortful.co.uk creator profile, which is found in my links on social media. Over on Thortful, you'll find a bunch of anime themed cards such as Studio Ghibli Happy Birthday cards and more, with my range being updated regularly. Each card is processed by Thortful.co.uk, with shipping being fast, quick and efficient. You can shop my anime themed cards over on my Instagram, with my links being over on there. Search Chibi Weeb Anime and you'll find me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. It really does mean a lot. Please do leave a rating and a review down below. It really does support the show and it's free to do. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend. If you're a subscriber or if you're thinking of subscribing or starting the free trial on Apple Podcasts, I'll see you on Sunday for the next episode of the Chibi Piece exclusive Apple Podcast exclusive episode on Sunday. Thanks guys. Bye bye.